Hey everybody, welcome to my 150th video. I thought I'd try something a little different this time. I've collected a lot of McFarlane Batman figures in the last year or so, couple of years. And rather than do my top favorites of 2024 or whatever year, I thought I would do my top favorite customized McFarlane, something where I'd repainted or recaped or redone, reworked something about the figure. So I'm going to do my top 5, but I'm going to start with an honorable mention. This guy right here, this is the Flash movie Keaton release. I've got a new little practice I've started where I'm doing tags that honor the artists or the people that design them. I may not have all the names correct, but Chris Weston and Alex Burns are two of the names that I found when I looked up who designed or co-designed this costume for Michael Keaton. So I'm honoring the artists also when I do this. This is the honorable mention. This is the figure that when I got it, I started collecting McFarlane Batmans. I said, I like these figures. They're too cool. I've got to start getting these. And I loved it. I sharpened the ears. I reworked it. I got a cape from Batgirl 31, who I'm practically a commercial for. And it's one of the best sidebar custom capes I've ever bought. It's really amazing. And I had a blast. I loved repainting this figure, and I loved remaking him and making him into something special. So this is honorable mention. I'm going to move him over to the side. Let his shadow loom. And we're going to go with number 5, the first official number 5. Now this is an older figure, and many of you will recognize it. It's the standard Arkham Asylum Batman. The one that came out, God, I don't know, several years ago. I saw one in a Walgreens store and I never bought it. And I went back to buy it and it was gone. And I was so frustrated. I know it was before the Batman movie, the Pattinson movie. And I was like, oh man, the armor kind of looked like what they did with that movie. I gave a tag to David Vallejo, who was the designer for the Arkham Asylum Batman. I call it the Batman Artist Series, if you see the tag there. And I made the cape for this one. Actually, no, let me correct you on that. I got it. This is a Batgirl 31. Yeah, it was kind of a big one. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if this is going to work. And then it came out way better than I thought it would. That's when I really learned to remove the heads and add the capes. And this one has just got this, look at that cape. Oh my God, look at that material. I'll give Batgirl 31 credit for one major thing. Not only is craftsmanship always excellent, the cuts are perfect. And the seams are terrific with the wires. So if you get any sidebar capes, I mean, there's other cape makers that are spectacular and you pay through the nose for them. They're $50 or more. And Batgirls are more affordable. They're more affordable. But I think they're great. And I love them. And if you're just a casual collector of these and want to upgrade, I mean, look what it does for this guy. I mean, my God. Love the ears. Serious ears on this guy. So this is the Arkham Asylum. This is the official number 5 in this lineup. Let me put him out of the way. Who could be number 4? Well, it would be Todd himself with year 2. Although I converted him into a nod to Marshall Rogers, who is really my all-time favorite comics Batman artist. I started gathering his comics in '86, and I got a collected edition of, some Batman. There's a Batman group that Marshall Rogers and Steve Englehart did, and it was just great. And I wanted a figure with the ears and the look, the attitude. And thanks to some later releases, the This is the year 2 figure that has the huge big plastic cape. And he's got a kind of a weird neck, so I used his neck assembly there. But I went and found some material, some cool pleather, and I made this cape. I did this one. I made this one myself. I wanted a big cape as a nod to both the McFarlane one, which there should be a nod to that a little bit. Sorry, Todd. I will acknowledge you soon. But this is a favorite custom. For the work I did, I repainted the gray color a little bit, sprayed them. I spray them all with my Mr. Hobby, Mr. Super Clear Matte. I should say these figures brought to you in life by that. It just brightens them up, makes them look real, makes the fabric look better, you know, the fabric parts. So we're going to go to the next one, which will be the 89 Batman. Here he is. That's the 89 Batman, and he was designed by Bob Ringwood for the movie. This is the group figure that came out when they did the Batman movie series. This isn't the one that has the posable cape, but this is a Batgirl 31 that I'm extremely happy with. I do a how-to video on how I mount that cape inside that cowl. It's rather extensive. I did not solidify the neck to where it looks a little more like he should, but I'm very happy with him nonetheless. We're going to move him over. This one is From the Heart, number 2. The costume designed by Jan Kemp for the '66 television show. This would be number 1 because God knows I grew up on this show and I love this guy. Adam West will always rule. He will always rule. What makes my figure a little bit different was I found some shimmery blue fabric and I matched all my fabric paints there. If you notice, the glove matches the fabric, not the other way around. It doesn't have that dark navy blue plastic. I don't think I did a lot of repaint on the face or any of that, but, you know, and I sprayed it with my spray to get the dull down for the cloth. I think he looks great. I mean, he came out so well. Look at the trunks. Look at the boots. You know, I mean, he just came out great. And you add the flourish of the rope with the batarang, and you've got some life to this guy. And he really comes together. All right, time for number 1. Number 1, who would it be? Who would it be? Who would my number 1 custom be? Well, yeah, the Panther suit. Designed by partially Bob Ringwood, Ingrid Farron, and involvement by Jose Fernandez, who went on to do so many Batman costumes. Anybody that's watched, you know, Batman versus Superman and all those, he designed those. But he was a sculptor and had a lot to do with this suit. And this, I made this custom. The reason it's number 1 is this is a head-to-toe custom. I mean, I revised the boots, I revised the body as much as I could, made the belt, repainted him, really revised the head. All right, what I've got there is I've got the Val Kilmer sonar suit head, reworked, resculpted, puttied, reshaped the neck on this guy so that it would better take this head. The body is, of course, the Batman and Robin Clooney body with some addendums of the points on the gloves and other things. I made the cape. It's maybe not, the craftsmanship's not quite Batgirl 31, but I learned a lot observing those capes, and I got kind of the cape I wanted out of it. And you notice with the lighting, it's got the sheen without being glossy. It really has that Panther suit sheen to it. So gang, that's my set. That's my top 5. Why they're my top 5 should be fairly apparent, I hope, to anybody that gets these figures, makes these figures, customizes these figures. There's my stand-in. And we'll put David Hago in here with his big old cape. And that's my gang. That's my custom series that are my favorite Batman's custom figures. I hope you've got some that maybe you've played with or done things with. If you don't, give it a shot, give it a try. They're not necessarily my favorite figures in my set or even my favorite Batman. But they sure do make me feel good when I look on the shelf and see them. Hope you've enjoyed this 150th video. 151 will be very different. And we'll see you next time. Come back and see us. And thanks. Oh, the music, by the way, is ambient cinema. It's their Batman study music. I had to give a little shout out to that. I love that background music. Thanks, ambient cinema. Your stuff is great to work to. Take care, everybody.